Hi there. So we are continuing. This is part two of Beyond Alchemy with Grace. In part one, we were working on healing the earth, going through each element. We were on the element metal, the lungs, because we're working on healing the lungs of the planet. And as vision holders, we're going to put our vision, our energy into what we would like the earth to be, how we would like the earth to be. And so take a moment and just see the lungs of the earth. That's Amazon rainforest, Siberian rainforest, anywhere and everywhere where people can grow trees, right? And just see more trees planted everywhere where there's plenty of oxygen for everyone. And in your own life, you want to be in that space of inspiration and taking inspired action. The yin and yang, the being is the yin, the doing, the yang, right? Inspire action. And see what that feels like in your own life. Yeah, so we are still continuing with today's Facebook Live, continuing with helping healing the earth. And yeah, the internet connection is just so, oh, yeah, sorry, the internet connection is just a little challenging here. And I'm in the Rocky Mountains, so yeah. Actually, we had tornadoes a couple days ago, so the weather everywhere is changing. We had tornadoes. The East Coast has hurricane and fire. So we are still working with the element metal, and I'm continuing with where we have left off. And we haven't left off because a huge thing to work on is the lungs of the earth, right? And this is the time to take inspired action. All of us need to take inspired action, whatever that may be. So see and just tune into your own energy, your own heart, and see what inspires you and what inspired action you can take. Yeah, because I know you guys are amazing people. And when a lot of us healers get together with our energy, we don't know what we can create, right? And it's almost like it's not our business to know, but it is our business to be so connected and so in tune that you take inspired action. And that is something you can do. And I really love the story of Findhorn, Scotland. So I think it was two amazing beings, two amazingly open-minded women who were able to connect with the energy of the elementals and the different beings, the different invisible beings in that space. And in Findhorn, where it just doesn't look like you can grow a garden because it's so sandy, they managed to grow not only a garden, but they managed to grow fruits and flowers that were really big and all that without pesticides and stuff. So Findhorn, Scotland is pretty magical. What if now is the time for all of us to be able to do that? So we are creating a new earth, not only in cooperation with each other and with the natural world, but also with the elementals, with all the earth fairies, with the devas, with so many different beings who are so here for all of us. And just because they are invisible to some people doesn't mean that they don't exist. So let's see this knowledge being shared more readily. And I'm excited that the world is seeing a new generation of beautiful beings, right? That the young children who are born today have exceptional gifts. So, what if those beings, the new generation of children, are able to create a world in harmony with the invisible? So, what if one of the amazing things that is being awakened in humanity is this work with the invisible world, with the elementals? Because with the way things have been happening, a different solution is required. A different solution that exists outside the current reality, but it is in the current reality. And that could be getting more and more people to be able to work with the elementals and the invisible forces, right? In the 3D world, we work with the material world that is measurable, touchable, and all that. In the 5D world, we are open to even more ways of being in the world, to more ways of working in the world, to more ways of connecting to all the forces, visible and invisible. Like right now, there's so much conversation about 5G this, 5G that. That is the not so good side of acknowledging the invisible forces. And what if more and more of us are able to tap into the invisible good forces? Since we are 5G, this whole discussion around 5G, I was wondering, what can I bring to the table that would shift the energy of 5G a little bit so that we can begin to connect with what is positive about it? Because you can't you can't ignore what's going on, and you also can't stop what's going on, but you can always bring in a higher energy, a higher force, and that simply means something that is filled with more love and light and wholeness and health. So, what would be that force that would almost counteract 5G? So that brings us to this acknowledgement, right? 5G brings us to this acknowledgement, the invisible forces we can't even see have such a tremendous effect on our health, on our biology, on the biology of all living beings. So, what is more powerful that is also invisible that we can now awaken? And it has been awakened for a long time, but only to certain people, right? Only to people who are open minded. and they are a small minority. But it's time for maybe the 5G version or 6G version of healing energy to come into this world. Because when we bring in all the invisible forces, what else can we transform? So I see the one aspect of 5G that is a good thing is that it's an acknowledgement that invisible forces can create havoc on our biology, health problems galore. But there are also good invisible forces that we can tap into. So maybe this conversation about 5G will open the doors to a greater discussion and acknowledgement of invisible forces that are there for us and we tap into it, that have always been there for us. And frankly, they are going to be more powerful than 5G because what's created in nature, it's just so much more powerful. Like the hurricanes and the tornadoes that happen, I mean, nature is more powerful. So what natural invisible force is humanity willing to work with now so that 5G will not do harm? Right. Yes. So if we embody more of the 5D reality, maybe we can handle 5G without hurting ourselves. So what if technology in so many ways can help us evolve instead of making technology like a bad thing? Technology can help us evolve forward. So because they are created by people, I get that there's a huge profit motive. Of course, there's a huge profit motive behind 5G, otherwise it wouldn't be there. Right. So let's just bring in all those invisible forces that we, light workers, can acknowledge and work with and allow more people to access and work with. This is why it's so important that we do this, acknowledging the skill set of all light workers and all light beings, and allow more and more people to tap into this energy also, so that we create a force field that is filled with living, healing, loving energy. So no matter what happens with technology, we can evolve forward together and make all this work for everyone. So what inspired action can you take today that will transform all this 5G stuff and allow you to really embody many aspects of the 5D reality that allows you to transform things at the speed of light? So tap into that for yourself. And we all choose to be born and be here at this time because there's something here for all of us, because your gift as light workers is perfect for this time. So tap into whatever you're inspired to do. And now we're going to move into the last element, fire, right? So fire is the energy of the archetypal energy of the wizard. And there's 4 meridians, heart meridian, pericardium, triple burner, small intestine. And so, are you ready to harness the fiery energy of the brilliant wizard within you to really make a difference in the world now? And I'm going to tap into all those elements and just bring the heart, pericardium, small intestine into vibrational resonance with health and wholeness. And then tapping into your triple burner meridian and let that come into a space of health, wholeness, in vibrational resonance with supporting you to enjoy health and wholeness. And as you harness the fire of your brilliance, what can you transform in your life and in the world now? The wizard within you, the fiery brilliance of you, is now the time for your wizard, your brilliance, to make its contribution in the world now that would spark many more fires of inspiration in the world, spark, inspire action in the world. Yeah. So let's activate the divine blueprint for this fire energy, this wizard in you. Divine blueprint for your heart, pericardium, small intestine. Oh, I'm so grateful. There's a divine blueprint activation team working with me. And of course, there's the ascension team working with all of us. Oh, I just allow. And I'm just holding space while they're working with all of us. And now, before we bring the session to a close, just gonna send Mother Earth lots of loving energy. And begin connecting with all the different elementals that you know, right? And I know there's probably elementals that will show us how do we build the earth, because what humans did from needs to change just a little bit and allow for other beings to show us how to create a healthy planet filled with vegetation, food, clean water for everyone, clean, beautiful water for everyone, healthy water for all the marine life, and so much more. Yeah. So it's gonna be beautiful. And I'm so grateful I get to work with all of you on this, because whenever I work with group and really allow myself to receive what I'm supposed to deliver to the world, it's always something that surprises me as well, and that makes me feel better about people, even problem people, and about being on this planet. And so we will come together again next week, because I really like doing these group calls where we can all participate, where we all create a dynamic, morphic field for creating change in ourselves and on the planet, and to further awaken our collective gifts, even if the gift is connecting with different sources, different elementals, different beings. Even if that's your gift, that's an amazing gift. That may very well be the answer to, the antidote to 5G. Your ability to embody 5D is the antidote to 5G. And what a gift to the world, what a gift to the planet you are. So take a moment, everybody, to acknowledge that about yourself, the gift that you are to the world. And I know that it's not, I know that in our resumes, in your everyday resume, you're not going to be like communicator of elementals or whatever, elemental communicator or something like that, right? But one day, all of us will be able to put down those skill sets. And actually, we are not hired by other people. We are already hired by the universe to do our work. So everything on your 5D resume is brilliant and beautiful. You are already hired by the universe to do this work. So yeah, you're hired. No one can fire you, not even Donald. Okay, everybody, so that was fantastic fun. I'm so happy I got to play with you today. And yeah, play with stuff and see what happens, and see what inspired action you take. And you're welcome to communicate your inspired thoughts. And Beyond Alchemy with Grace Facebook group page, you guys are welcome to share your inspired ideas, your inspired action, and that again keeps on helping this morphic field of energy to grow, so that we can all really contribute to, not only as vision holders for a beautiful planet, but as the wizards that actually engaged in inspire action to create something new. And I know that whenever we all come together, different aspects of ourselves get awakened, right? That's the beauty about group work, that it awakens all of us. It's like we come together, and our light, our spark, creates a warm fire for cooking up beautiful recipes for health, healing, and for a beautiful new earth. So I really appreciate spending this time with you. It's so worthwhile to me. I hope it's worthwhile to you. And I hope it bless you with health and wholeness and goodness, and bless you in so many ways. And because you are a blessing to the world. Your ability to tap into the 5D world, all your skill sets in the 5D, it's time now to put into practice, because when you listen to this again, you'll see all the different archetypal energies we work with, from the philosopher of the wisdom keeper of the water element, to the pioneer of the wood element, the nurturer of the earth element, the alchemist and transformer of the metal element, the wizard, the fire element. All that is within all of us, right? And so what can you bring to the world now that would unlock even more gifts for everyone? Yeah. So, so thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate your contribution, your presence, your being, your amazing gifts. So, all right. And I wish you all a beautiful day, and I will see you again next week. So, bye bye for now.